Hello and welcome to the GSBC podcast, proudly brought to you by the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce and Purple Bunny Marketing. I'm your host, Matt Taylor-Farrington from Purple Bunny Marketing, and today I am joined by Emma from Liberty Women's Wellness. Thank you for coming along and having a chat.
You're welcome. Nice to see you again, Matt.
Yes, thank you. We'll dive straight in. So let's begin with your story. What inspired you to find Liberty Women's Wellness and focus on women's comprehensive health and wellness in our region here in Springfield?
Yeah, so pretty much everyone would talk about it's their own personal journey, which is what gave them the fire to open their own business. So
Yes.
That's pretty much what's happened.
Yep.
Being married to Adam, who owns Orion Family Physio, he inspires me because everything's about healthcare, making sure everyone's taken care of. So going through that journey with him and going through my own personal health issues during pregnancy, mind you, I have 5 children. So every pregnancy was different, and then early menopause. In the community, I found that it was extremely hard to have access to great healthcare for us women. So with all of that, it pushed me to really investigate what was around for us here within the 30 minutes in Greater Springfield, and I found that there was a big gap for women's health. So put it all together, and it took about 3 years to put together.
Yeah, wow.
Dreaming and scheming, would this work? Would it be accepted?
Yes.
What would I want as a woman at this age, and, you know, going into pregnancy and beyond. And that's what really pushed me to make it happen.
Yes. Yeah, wonderful. I mean, it's great. We need the space, right? And we have a lot of the medical hubs popping up, but nothing that was really focused there. So to have you open something like that, I think is wonderful. So your own journey that you mentioned obviously includes early menopause, postpartum health challenges, and then obviously you've also got a strong community service background. I guess, how have those personal experiences shaped the vision and the culture for Liberty?
Yeah, so going back to my personal journey,
Yes,
and then talking to other women in the community, so seeing and hearing through mothers groups, even young girls, I have a 16-year-old daughter as well, just communicating within the community with all different types of groups of women at every stage of life, and obviously in business.
yes.
I was just hearing all of this information, and that pretty much inspired me to put it together and then really try to create that unicorn clinic. And I guess many people say one-stop shop. I don't like using that phrase.
No, correct.
But I really wanted to create something where it was also a community hub for amazing specialists and women's health practitioners to come together, learn from each other, and communicate how they can better their services for the women in this community that really deserve better care.
Yeah, agreed. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so the business describes itself as liberty and wholeness for the whole woman, so body, soul and spirit. How do you bring that holistic idea into the practical day-to-day delivery of care?
Yeah, so I'll go back on the logo.
Yes.
The logo, it's called Liberty. It's to liberate the whole woman.
Yep.
And the logo is a flame, but if you look at the flame properly, the flame shows the curves that women have. It doesn't matter what size you are. We all have curves. It's the flowing of the hair, and it's the fire within her. So when body, spirit and soul, that really, the logo reflects that. And going into a deeper clinical perspective, we're treating the body, we're treating her beliefs, her mental health, her spiritual health as well, because as women we're a whole bag of things that need to be dealt with. So the best way to put it. And I find that if there is something physically going on, so such as back pain, is a good example. Sometimes, besides it physically being obvious that they need treatment because of maybe, you know, a back spasm, sometimes when women are talking in an appointment, they're also sharing other deeper emotional issues, or they just need to offload. So, you know, as women, there's more than just one issue that needs to be looked at. So that's why I put it as body, spirit and soul, because when you treat a woman, it's not just what you see, it's also other factors that need to be considered.
Yeah, understand, 100%. All right, so moving on, Liberty Women's Wellness is positioned as Greater Springfield's first dedicated women's health and wellness clinic. From your perspective, I guess we've kind of touched on a little bit, but why was there a need here, and I guess how has the community responded to the facility since it's opened?
Yeah, so definitely a huge need, because there's no other clinic around that really looks at all aspects of what a woman needs.
Yes.
Because there's obviously some women need mental health support. Maybe a psychologist is not what they're connecting well with. It could be a counsellor. It could be a wellness coach, someone that can guide them through a season of life.
Yep.
So there's things like that, for example. Then you've got the gynecology and endocrine.
Yes.
How has it been accepted in the community? At first, when I talked about it, it was laughed at, to be honest.
Yeah, wow.
Many years ago, I want to say maybe around COVID time, when I was already discussing and seeing that there was a need, I was laughed at and, quote, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. And you don't say that to me. I'm like,
you don't say that to a lot of women, let's be real.
I'm going to make it work.
Yes.
And I knew it was going to work. It just meant that I needed to figure out how.
Yes.
And it took a few years, because obviously COVID did push things back with fit outs and also putting the team together. But I think it was a good time for me to grow and understand. So then now, within the 6 months of opening Liberty, it was so appreciated and accepted that only the other day, I think I needed a plumber for the house, for example, and I contacted 2 local plumbers, and one of them called me back, which I didn't use. I felt really bad, but it was a time.
Yes.
And she said, I just wanted to call you to say I've been to your clinic and I've seen your gynecologist, and then I also saw your physio, and I just want to say thank you.
Yeah, wow.
Because I needed both of them. And if that wasn't around, I wouldn't have had the time being a business owner, but I really am inspired by what you've created. So thank you.
Wow.
So things like that are actually happening, where women will personally contact me, message me, or let other people know, and just say how they appreciate that there is a service out there that can support them in whatever they're going through.
Yeah, agreed. I think it is wonderful, yeah. All right, so you lead a team of multiple specialist practitioners across physiotherapy, gynaecology, endocrinology, I got it out, mental health and more. How have you built that multi-disciplinary model, and I guess why is it important for women's health?
Yep, so I'm all about relationship. All these beautiful women on team are actually good friends of mine.
Yes.
Very connected to the community. So building that relationship and understanding what they do, and also appreciating what they do and the way they believe things go within their, as health professionals. That really helped a lot to put the team together. I also am all about the energy that women bring to the room.
Yes.
And I love understanding where they're coming from and see where we can work together. Yep. So I found that a lot of the women within the community, having their own businesses, I found that they were also looking for a space where they can connect with other clinicians that where they can learn from.
Yes.
So putting them all together, I want to say there's about 15 clinicians in clinic now.
Yep.
And we have more to come.
Yeah, wow.
And they all have the same thought about how can we better our services by understanding what an endocrinologist does, or what a gynae does, or what a psychologist does, and how can that improve this particular client I'm seeing. So it's been amazing to see the cross referrals, because while they're treating a client, they're already talking in their minds going, okay, she's going to need this person, that person, that person. I'll quickly just write this on paper, refer them. The admin will deal with it, and they all get booked within the day.
Yes.
And then that woman's journey is taken care of, and then,
Yeah. I think it's a wonderful process, and we actually did interview earlier Marsha from Kickstart.
Oh, yes, love Marsha.
As well, and she was talking about the facility as well.
Yep.
So,
Yep. So she also comes in and shares her knowledge, and I love what she does in the wellness space.
Yes.
And that's where I'm open to not just the women actually treat within the clinic. There's also other women that are in business that come and use the space and create that workshop
yes.
wellness.
So for local business owners, you've also been a strong advocate for women in business and community organisations. How do you balance running a growing health business with being a community champion?
You got to love what you do.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way to
Yes.
put it. Love what you do. I have a heart for women, everyone really, but especially for women in business because I
Yes.
know how it feels. I know how hard it is to be in business, to be a mother,
Yep.
a wife, a friend, a daughter. It's hard. There are days where you're just like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? And then
Yes.
you get your good days. So yeah, it's been hard, but also very rewarding.
Yep. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. So next section is quick fire. And this is to get to know you a little bit.
Okay.
So coffee or tea to start the day?
Tea.
Tea. Yes. Yoga, Pilates or strength training?
Strength training all the way.
Yeah. Your go-to healthy snack during a busy day?
Protein balls.
Yeah. One word that captures your 2025 energy?
Ooh, like my staff will say, shine bright like a diamond.
Yes. Wonderful. And in 3 words, how would your team describe you? Shine
bright like a diamond.
There we go. Perfect. All right. So we're going to switch it up and we're going to talk about obviously what is next for Liberty Women's Wellness. So I guess looking ahead, what is next in terms of services and impact and community engagement?
Yeah, so definitely huge growth for 2026.
Yes.
I want to say 27 too. So there is definitely a growth. I'm going to need more space.
Yes.
Hint, hint.
That's a
Milton
good
Dick.
problem to have.
So we have a doctor coming on team this next year, all for women's health. So it'll be very specialised. Not going to say who it is.
Yep.
And we have more specialists coming on team. So the team is growing because of the need within the community. And even though we have the MARTA and many other specialist suites opening up, there's still not enough out there. And I'm not just talking about women, also men and children. So if I can do the best I can in the women's health space,
Yes.
at least there's support for more women coming through the community.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. All right, and for women or business-minded listeners thinking about their health or starting something new, what is one piece of advice you'd give them about taking action, either for their personal health or for the launching of their business?
Follow your heart.
Yes.
That's one of the biggest things. Love what you do. If you feel like you're not really loving it, don't do it.
Yes.
You really need to love what you do to be able to make it happen.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for coming in and having a chat.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful practice that you've started here in the area. I know I've heard of quite a few women mention it and talk about it, so great to hear and I guess see what you've been able to produce. So thank you. And thank you for tuning in to the latest episode of the GSBC podcast. Make sure to like and follow us on all of our social media channels. And that's it for us for now. Thank you.